Now, now that we see the Ukrainian crisis unfolding, unfortunately, and the soaring inflation in the US, questions are being raised about the infamous R word that keeps coming up, which is recession. And of course, because we are in the domain of tech hiring, what is your outlook for tech hiring, considering all these challenges across the world are popping up, for maybe for the Indian context and for the global context? Where do you see tech hiring heading towards?
Yeah, I think the word our recession is itself continuously evolving. And that's why we are talking about it without really defining whether we are in it, whether we are past it, whether how long we'll be in it. But we are going through a difficult period for sure. And multiple factors at play coming out of pandemic. The economies were still getting stabilized, and suddenly the world order is being disrupted through the war. And that has direct impact on energy markets more than I think any other wars that we have seen in the past, uh, with all major uh, oil economies somewhere involved, and they are playing a big part in shaping up the new world order. Uh, so yeah, and when energy markets are strained this way, the government's focus goes towards how do we just make sure that we are making the ends meet first.
Hmm.
And all the policies, all the decisions also start aligning towards that narrative that makes sure the house is not on fire.
Hmm.
And those policies, those decisions have a way to trickle down to businesses as well. They are not, the businesses are not insulated from those policies at all. Quite the opposite. Uh, so it is clear that the funding has dried up, but that does not mean that the funding has completely gone away.
Hmm.
There are bets being made, uh, and so as long as those activities continue, it will lead to tech hiring, because the moment an idea raises funds or a business decides an innovation that they want to run, they will have to build a team that can execute it. And those team of engineers, sometimes they already have, or sometimes they have to scale up, and that's how the tech hiring will function. It definitely is on freeze. And I think tech hiring freezes are definitely always of a major concern than layoffs.
Hmm.
I'll tell you why. It's like if there are layoffs happening, but if the tech hiring is much higher, those people will get absorbed really quickly.
Hmm.
So usually tech hiring freezes are a more grim indicator of how the economy is doing than the layoffs. Layoffs are more correctional. Tech hiring freezes are a signal of we don't know where this is going. Let's just pause. So that's where we are at right now. That's what businesses are also saying. We don't know some of the factors that will impact us. So let's be conservative. And tech hiring freeze is a way of business saying the same to the world. They are taking less risks. It I think it will continue for some time till the energy markets are disrupted. And of course, it has these things have a chain reaction or delayed chain reaction. So even if something gets fixed, it won't be all rosy right away in the tech hiring world. Uh, but I also see it as an opportunity.